Hello everyone, welcome to JB Jumbo Online Mathematics. Okay, we want to look at the rules of solves. Solving solve is a very simple task. Solving problem involving solve is a very simple task. But one thing you must put in mind is that rules and regulation must be followed. Rules and regulation must be followed. Of course, that's what we want to discuss at this very moment. But before we look at that, let me still take your mind back to our previous discussion. Don't forget, I taught you on rational and irrational number. Okay, I said any number represented in the form of fraction is considered as a rational number, or any number represented as a form of decimal, whether repeating or recurring, is considered as a rational number. But if a number cannot be represented in a fraction or as a form of fraction, or when the number cannot be represented as a decimal, whether repeating or recurring, such a number that cannot be represented, they are simply considered as such or irrational number. No difference between rational number and irrational. Irrational number are also considered as such, but rational number has no business with such. Please take note of that. Rational number has no business with such. Now for this one, which is P over Q, remember I said if they are considered, this very one is considered as a rational number, where P and Q represent an integers. What are integers? Integers are counting numbers. I believe you know how to count numbers. Okay? Even in our primary school days, we count number 1 to 100, 1 to 50. Okay. Now, do you know that number can either be positive or negative? Therefore, we can also have negative integers and positive integers. But one thing you must know, 0 is also part of integers. Using a number line, in our school days, we learn number line, that is the directed number. At the middle, we have 0. This part is 1. The other part, okay, we have this one we have here. Okay, so on and so forth. Now, for this very part, which is the right hand side, we have plus 1 or 1. Or we also have plus 2 or 2, plus 3 or 3, plus 4 or 4. Either you represent it as plus 1 or 1, we can still consider as a positive integer. All these are positive numbers, they are also considered as positive integers. Okay, for this part, we have minus 1, we have minus 2, we have minus 3, we have minus 4, so on and so forth. Meaning this part, the one to the left, they are considered as negative integers. They simply involve negative signs. With any number with negative sign are called negative integers. Now, in between, there is a number which is 0. Therefore, 0 is also considered as an integer. Okay, for this one now, we say any form like this, any number represented in this form is considered as rational number, where P and Q represent an integer. Now, we are going to be taking positive integer to represent this very one. Okay, now Q must not be equal 0. Take note of that. Q must not be equal 0. Because when I make Q, or when I take Q as 0, it means that the fraction will become undefined. But I don't want my fraction to be undefined, I want it to be defined. Okay, now for this one now, Q cannot be 0. But 0 is an integer. We say that P and Q represent an integer. Now, we don't want to take 0 as part of the number. Because if I take it, the fraction will become undefined. Okay, now let us see now. If I take Q as 0, okay, let me say 1 now. Okay, which is one of the integer there? Okay, 1 over 0. Okay, use your calculator. 1 divided 0, it will give you a math error. Therefore, the fraction is undefined. Okay, but I don't want my fraction to be undefined. Okay, now, okay, let's also say something like this. 2 over 0, it will also be undefined. There is no way a number can divide 0. Use your calculator. It is impossible. It is impossible. Now, but we can have a form like this. We can have a form like this. It means that we can have a form like 1 over 2. We can have 2 over 3. We can have 3 over 4. We can have 4 over 3. Okay, so on and so forth. Meaning any form like this is considered as a rational number. Do you know that I can as well still turn this number to decimal number without repeating or recurring? For this very one, which is the first one, I can say 0.5. Divide it, use your calculator, 1 divided to 0.5. Also do the same thing to all these. You are going to have a decimal number. It could either be repeating or terminating. Therefore, any number in the form of fraction or any number in the form of decimal, whether repeating or recurring, they are considered as a rational number. They are not such. They are not such. Another one again is root of 25. Root of 25 is 5. It's also rational. Root of 36. It means that all perfect squares are rational numbers. Take note, all perfect squares are rational numbers. But when a number cannot be represented in the form of a fraction like this or decimal like this very one, therefore we consider such number as an irrational number, or we consider them as solved. For example, like root 7, okay, root 2, root 3, okay, root 8, okay, root 9. Okay, root 9 is a perfect square, it's rational. Okay, we have root 10, okay, so on and so forth. Root 11, okay, even pi is also irrational. All these are irrational numbers, they are not solved. Okay, these are some of the things we are going to be looking at in our subsequent learning. So this will be our major concern. We are not looking at this very one. Okay, we are not looking at rational number. Rational number has no business with solved. Okay, on this part I can conclude here so that I can now look at rules of solved. Okay, please join me in my next discussion. Join me in my next class. And don't forget to follow me up on my YouTube. And don't forget to follow me up on my YouTube, Mathematics Science Mega Tutorial. That is the name of the YouTube. Mathematics Science Mega Tutorial. And also follow me on my Facebook page, JB Jumbo Online Mathematics. Okay, I still remain my humble self, JB Jumbo. All the best. God bless you. Please join me in my next class as we consider the rules of solving.